You're listening to Relaxany, the Frozen Path. A story based on historical events. Deep in the cave, a trickle runs down through the stone, the same sound you have heard every morning of your life. The mammoth fur around you holds your warmth, and you press deeper into it, unwilling to let go of sleep. But the cold finds you anyway, creeping along your shoulders, across your face. It was not always like this. The cold has grown bolder, reaching a little further into your home each morning. You open your eyes. Around you, the others sleep, their breathing slow and steady. The smell of wood smoke clings to everything. You sit up slowly, your breath fogging in the air, and feel that restless pull toward the entrance. Near the central fire, Peace tends the flames, as she always does. She looks up with tired eyes, but offers a small smile. You tell her you could not sleep. She nods and adds another piece of wood to the fire, sparks rising into the darkness above. Tiger sits at the mouth of the cave, his ape-like frame silhouetted against the warm morning light. He's meant to be on watch, but his chin rests on his chest, and his breathing is deep. He's asleep, his sharpened spear still gripped in one hand. You step past him and out onto the ledge. The world opens before you. Mountains rise on every side, snow blanketing everything. Far below, a river meanders through the valley, dark and icy. That is where you are going. The path down is treacherous, slick with ice, but your feet know it well. By the time you reach the river, the sun has crept above the peaks. You find your usual spot and crouch over the water, spear ready, watching for the silver flash of scales. There. A flicker of movement. You thrust. One fish. Small. You wait another hour in the cold and catch one more. 2 fish for 30 people. You find Anza near the cave entrance, working flint into a blade. He sees the fish and shakes his head. Yesterday, it was 3, he says, and the day before, 4. You sit beside him and look out at the mountains. Around his neck hangs a necklace of shells, pale, iridescent things, nothing like anything found in your rivers. You ask where it comes from. My father gave it to me. His mother gave it to him. He shrugs. It has always been in my family. But someone, somewhere, found those shells in a different place. A place with different water. Maybe warmer. Anza looks at you for a long moment. You are thinking of leaving. You tell him the fish leave. The mammoths leave. Maybe there is a reason. Anza is shocked. That is madness. The Noman, you cut him off. The Noman will outlast you here. They might share our blood, but they bred with the people who can withstand the cold. And if you leave, they'll track you and kill you, Anza finishes. Or we might find the place those shells came from. You walk past Tiger, still sleeping at the entrance. He might be vicious like a tiger, but he sleeps like a cat. At least the Noman won't go near him. Weeks ago, near the northern ridge, a scouting party of 4 watched your hunters from the tree line. They didn't attack. They just watched, their squat bodies still as stone, breath fogging in the cold. One of them was grinning. You still remember the smile. Too wide, too many teeth, no fear behind it. You'd never see them if it weren't for their finger bone necklaces. Your hunters were also 4, and Noman won't start a fight they can't win. Everyone was still until the Noman turned and disappeared into the trees. Esha said, "They're planning. They'll be back when winter is at its worst, when visibility is poor. That's when they strike, under snowfall." You find Esha in his nook, deep at the back of the cave. A fire burns low in a hollow in the floor, smoke rising through a crack in the ceiling. The walls and floor are thick with furs. It smells of smoke and dried herbs. Esha sits wrapped in his shaman's cloak. Shells and polished stones of every color sewn onto hide, worn soft with age. He gestures for you to sit. The warmth of the fire sinks into your cold muscles. You tell him about the fish. 2, you do not think you can stay. He nods slowly. The world is not all mountains and ice. My grandfather told me stories of a land with no winter, where rivers never freeze and food grows from the ground. But where? Which direction? Esha closes his eyes. When he speaks again, his voice is barely a whisper. Follow the birds. My grandfather always told me, if there is no hope left, follow the birds. They know the way to warmth. The fire crackles. Outside, the wind moans through the tunnels. Rest now, Esha says. Tomorrow, we speak to the others. You should go back to your own place, but the warmth has wrapped around you, and the furs are soft. Esha adds wood to the fire, and the flames rise higher, filling the chamber with golden light. You lie back. Somewhere in the cave, water drips. That soft, steady rhythm you have known all your life. Esha begins to hum, a low, wordless tune. Your eyes close. The fire burns on. And slowly, softly, you drift away. You wake to voices, low murmurs sharpening into argument. Esha's fire has burned to embers. His cloak is gone. You follow the sound to the main chamber and find the tribe gathered. 30 faces turned toward the central fire. The women sit with children in their laps. The men stand with arms crossed. At the center, Esha stands beside Boa, the tribe's leader. Boa's hair is long and reaches to his shoulders. He is not the largest or fiercest, but he's brave. There is a stillness to him that commands respect. He listens more than he speaks, and when he speaks, people listen. This is madness, one of the elders says. Gorn, who has seen more winters than anyone. You would have us abandon our home. The spirits have protected us here for generations. The spirits cannot feed us, Esha replies. The fish grow fewer, and the mammoths have gone. And what of the Noman? Another elder, Vela. They breed like rats. They can go weeks without food. Out there, we are prey. Esha looks over at you, and 30 pairs of eyes follow. You step forward. 2 fish yesterday. The mammoths are gone. The cold is reaching deeper into our home. If you stay, you die slowly. If you go, there's a chance. A chance at what? Gorn's voice drips with scorn. Freezing. Being torn apart by sabers. A chance at warmth. You point to Ansa's shell necklace. Someone found that water once. Someone walked the path before. The fire pops. A child whimpers. Then Boa speaks. I do not wish to leave. My grandfather is buried in these walls, but I have watched the fish dwindle and felt the cold creep closer. His eyes move across the gathered faces. I will not force anyone to leave, but I will not ask anyone to stay and starve. Those who wish to go, I will go with them. Then you are a fool, Gorn says, and you will lead fools to their deaths. Perhaps, but if it is too cold for the mammoth, it is too cold for me. The elders turn and shuffle into the deeper tunnels. They will not go. The rest of the tribe remains. The day passes in preparation. Furs rolled and bound, tools wrapped in leather, the last dried meat packed away. The women stitch pouches to hold infants close. The 2 fish are cooked and divided among the women and children. The men do not eat. As the sun sets, Isha suggests Boro should take watch. That way we can rest easy tonight. He is the largest of your tribe, shoulders broad enough to fill a tunnel, bones from an old kill clicking at his belt. His club rests across his knees, perfectly shaped wood, with a large stone lashed to its end. Worn smooth by his own patient work, he produces a piece of flint and begins working the stone. Scrape, scrape, scrape. This is how Boro has always kept watch. Esha passes you on his way to his nook. Tomorrow, he says quietly, when the birds pass, we follow. Night settles over the cave. The fires burn bright. You find your sleeping place and pull your mammoth fur to your chin, thick and warm. Peace tends the flames as she always has. From the entrance comes the steady scrape of Boro's flint. Tomorrow, everything changes. Tonight, you are safe. Tonight, Boro keeps watch, and peace tends the fire. Your eyes grow heavy, and you drift away. You wake to the sound of birds, their calls echoing through the cave. You sit up quickly, heart beating faster. The fire has burned low. Around you, the others still sleep. You move toward the cave mouth and find Boro slumped against the wall, fast asleep. So much for resting easy. The colder wind drains your strength. Even Boro couldn't fight it. You step past him onto the ledge. The sky is filled with birds, dozens of them sweeping across the pale morning in a dark ribbon, all moving together toward the distant peaks. You watch them closely, marking the exact point they disappear over the ridge. That way. You turn back into the cave. There is no time to waste. The tribe wakes quickly. Word spreads. The birds have passed. Furs are rolled. Children lifted into arms. Boro stands at the entrance now, fully awake, his face tight with embarrassment. Luckily, the rest of the tribe was oblivious. When everyone is ready, Boa steps forward. He does not give a speech. He simply turns toward the cave mouth and begins to walk, close. You pause at the entrance and look back. The cave stretches into shadow behind you. You have lived your entire life in these tunnels. Somewhere in the depths, the elders remain. They did not come to say goodbye. You turn away and step out into the light. The path down is slow and treacherous. Snow hides the rocks beneath. Boro takes the lead, using his bulk to break a trail. You walk near the middle, helping where you can, steadying those who stumble. Tiger walks at the back, spear ready. As a child, he was taught to spear fish by his father, and he was the best. But when a saber-toothed tiger strolled into the cave, he drove his spear through its head effortlessly. Killing a tiger is an accomplished feat of a grown man, let alone a child. And so, the name stuck. And the tribe wonders why the Noman never went near our river. Behind you, the mountain that holds your home grows smaller. You look back only once. The cave entrance is a dark speck against the white. Then the path curves, and it is gone. The valley narrows as you descend. It is late in the day when you hear it, a deep rumbling groan from around the bend ahead. Then another, heavy breathing, loud and labored. The tribe freezes. Boro raises his club. Tiger moves forward. You grip your spear and push toward the front. A mammoth stands in the path. It is enormous, a shaggy mountain of fur and muscle, but something is wrong. It lists to one side, favoring its foreleg. Blood stains the snow. One tusk is cracked. It has been injured and left behind by its herd. The mammoth sees you and bellows, swinging its great head. Wounded or not, it is still dangerous. You never thought you'd be happy to find an angry mammoth in a tight space. Boa gives the signal. The hunters spread out. Boro moves to one side, club raised. Tiger circles to the other. The women and children fall back against the valley wall. Boro darts in first, drawing the beast's attention. When it turns, Tiger strikes from behind, quick and precise. The mammoth bellows loudly, swinging its tusks, but Tiger is already gone. This is how you hunt. Not with strength alone, but with patience. Bleeding the animal slowly. You sprint forward when its back is turned, driving your spear into its side. The beast grows slower with each pass. Finally, it falls. Tiger steps forward and ends it quickly. For a moment, no one moves. Then a child laughs, bright and startled, and the spell breaks. There will be meat tonight. You make camp in the shelter of an overhang, where the valley wall curves inward. The mammoth is butchered where it fell, the meat carried back in armfuls. Fires are built, larger than any you have made in a long time. Soon, the smell of cooking meat fills the air. Everyone eats. There is more than enough. You tear into a strip of hot meat, the fat rich on your tongue, warmth spreading through your belly. For the first time in longer than you can remember, you feel full. Night falls slowly. The gray sky deepens to black, and one by one, the spirit torches appear, tiny points of light scattered across the darkness. You have never seen so many. In the cave, you could only glimpse them through cracks in the stone. Here, they fill the sky. Around you, the tribe settles into sleep. Children first, bellies full. Then the women. The men last. But even they cannot fight exhaustion. You pull your furs tighter. The is cold and hard, nothing like the smooth stone of the cave. But your stomach is full, your people are safe, and tomorrow you walk again toward whatever waits beyond the mountains. The fire crackles. The breathing of the tribe surrounds you, slow and steady. Above, the spirits and their torches watch in silence. You're exhausted, and slowly you drift away. You wake to Isha's hand on your shoulder, gentle but urgent. Time to move, he says quietly. Around you, others are stirring. The fire has burned to embers, and the cold has crept back in. Your muscles ache from sleeping on the hard ground. But there is no time to complain. The tribe packs quickly. Sacks are filled with mammoth meat, as much as can be carried. The rest is left behind for the wolves and the crows. You shoulder your share and follow the others down the narrowing valley. By midday, the mountains fall away, and the world opens into something you have never seen. A plain, flat and white and endless, stretching to the horizon in every direction. No rocks, no trees, no shelter of any kind. Just snow and sky, and the distant smudge of mountains where the birds had disappeared. The tribe stops at the edge, staring. You have never seen land so open. In the mountains, there was always something to hide behind, somewhere to run. Here, there is nothing. We cannot cross this, someone mutters. We will be seen for miles. Any predator, any enemy. We have no choice. Esha's voice is calm but firm. He stands at the front, his cloak catching the wind. Something is behind us. The wind carried sounds last night, rattling bones. We cannot go back. No one questions him. If Aisha says something is following, then something is following. He has never been wrong. We make haste today, he says. We cross, or we die. He steps onto the plain. The tribe follows. The snow is deep here, sometimes up to your knees. Each step is an effort. The wind cuts across the flat ground with nothing to stop it, biting at your face, your hands, any skin left exposed. Your feet grow numb inside your hide boots, then ache. The tribe moves in silence, saving their breath. Children whimper. Women stumble. The men take turns breaking trail through the deeper drifts. You fall into a kind of trance, one foot in front of the other, not thinking, just moving. This is survival. The spirits are testing you. If you keep pushing, they will reward you. Hours pass. The distant mountains grow slowly closer, but the plain seems endless. Finally, when the women can push no longer, Boa calls a halt. Camp is made in the open, with nothing but the mammoth skin propped on spears to shelter the women and children from the wind. Peace builds 4 fires, one for each group, and people huddle close around them. The wood is running low, but you can see trees on the distant mountains. Tomorrow, you will reach them. As the sun sinks toward the horizon, you watch it disappear. You have never seen a sunset like this. The sky turning red and gold across the entire plain. The sun slipping below a flat line of white. In the mountains, it always vanished behind peaks. Here, it simply goes. Darkness comes quickly. The spirit refuges appear one by one, scattered across the black sky like sparks from a fire. The spirits favor you. You will find warmer lands. You fold your furs over your head to shield from the cold wind. The fire crackles and roars against the cold. Around you, the exhausted tribe has no trouble getting to sleep in the cold wind. The plain appears endless and dark in every direction. As you imagine what lies beyond it, you fall into a deep sleep. You wake to screaming. Battle cries split the darkness, harsh and squellish, unlike any sound your people make. You scramble up, heart pounding. Your fire has subsided to barely a glow in the black. But across the camp, one fire still burns bright, and around it, shapes are moving. The Noman. They are attacking the group around the brightest fire, the only one still burning strong. In the darkness, they did not see the other groups. They did not see the women and children hidden beneath the mammoth skin. They only saw that one fire, and they struck. Tiger grabs his spear. Anza rises beside you. They want to fight. You can see it in their eyes. But Boa's hand clamps down on Tiger's arm. No, he whispers. They outnumber us 10-1. If we fight now, we all die. By the bright fire, Boro stands alone against the attackers. You can see him swinging his great club and hear the swoosh, followed by the crack of bone. The Noman are many, but they are not prepared for him. He fights like a beast, roaring, unstoppable. Bodies fall around him. Put out the fires, Boa orders. Now, move into the dark. Snow is kicked over the embers. Hands find other hands in the blackness. The women gather the children, silent, terrified. Esha takes the lead, pulling you forward into the endless dark of the plain. Behind you, the sounds of battle grow fainter. Boro roars as he fights exhaustion. The crack of his club, the screams of the Noman. Then, slowly, silence. You don't look back. The tribe moves through the darkness, hand in hand, a chain of bodies stumbling through the snow. You cannot see. You can only feel the grip of the person ahead of you, the pull forward, the crunch of each step. Your boots have frozen stiff, heavy as stone. Behind you, women breathe in gasps, carrying children who have learned not to cry. Esha speaks softly as he leads. Our weakness is now our strength. The Noman are behind us. Any tribe we meet will have the same enemy. They will join us, or they will face the Noman alone. You trudge on through the frozen path. The snow stretches flat and endless on either side, pale under the spirit torches. The crisp crunch of each step is the only sound, and you focus on it, letting it take your mind, keeping you from thinking about Boro, about the others, about what you have lost. Doubt creeps in with the cold. What if you are wrong? What if you travel for weeks and find nothing but more snow, more plains, more cold? What if there is no end? What if you walk in circles until you stumble across your own home again, finding the elders frozen and dead? You push the thoughts aside, one foot in front of the other. That is all you can do. The hours blur together. The sky begins to lighten in the distance, a pale orange glow on the horizon. The mountains are closer now, dark shapes against the dawn. Trees, shelter, safety. When you finally stop, the tribe collapses collapses into the snow. No fires, no shelter, just bodies pressed together for warmth, too exhausted to do anything else. You lie among them, staring up at the fading spirit torches. Somewhere behind you, Boro lies in the snow with your kin. Worry not, they're with the spirits now, Esha gasps as he sits on a lone boulder in the snow. They're holding those torches above us, giving us light in this darkness. The cold seeps in where it can. The breathing of the tribe shivers as they wrap themselves in furs. Your eyes close, and somehow, despite everything, you drift away. A ray of sunlight hits your face, and your eyes creep open. Spears are pointed at your face. Strangers surround you, men and women dressed in wolf furs, their faces hard with suspicion. They're not Noman. They're human, like you, but their spears do not waver. Tiger reaches for his weapon, but Esha raises a hand. Peace, he says, his voice calm. We mean no harm. We are fleeing. Fleeing from what? The man who speaks is broad and scarred, clearly their leader. His eyes move across your tribe, counting the women, the children, the exhausted men. You are too few to be a raiding party. Too broken. The Noman, Esha says. The word hangs in the cold air. The strangers exchange glances. The leader's jaw tightens. How many? Enough to wipe us out. They attacked last night. They will come again. Esha gestures toward the plain behind you. They are following our trail. By nightfall, they will be here. The leader stares at him for a long moment. Then he lowers his spear. The others follow. I am Karn, he says. My people have lived in these mountains for generations. We know the Noman. We have lost kin to them. He looks back at the trees, at his own tribe watching from the shadows. If they are coming here, we cannot stay. But we will not run blind into the snow. Isha nods slowly. Then we fight together, but not in the open. We set a trap. Karn listens as Esha explains. We build big fires in the night, bright and visible, and laid all around, animal skins shaped like bodies. The Noman are not clever. They will see the flames and attack without thinking. And while they attack shadows, Karn says, understanding, we strike. Yes, Boa agrees. Karn turns to his people and speaks in quick, sharp tones. They move quickly, gathering materials, working alongside your tribe as if they have known each other for years. Desperation makes fast friends. By dusk, the trap is set. 3 fires burn in a clearing at the base of the mountain, bright and inviting. Around them, animal skins stuffed with branches sit hunched like weary travelers. From a distance, in the dark, they're indistinguishable from people. Your people hide in the rocks above, spears ready. Karn's tribe flanks the other side. The women and children are hidden further back, protected. You crouch in the cold, watching the plain, waiting. The night deepens. The fires crackle and spit. The fake bodies cast long shadows. Then you hear them. Footsteps in the snow, the rattle of bones. Come and meet my spear, fools. Boa is eager for revenge. Tiger is still and controlled. This is just part of who he is. For him, it's no different from collecting firewood. You grip your spear and wait. Your heart pounds. The cold no longer matters. dozens of them, maybe more, their squat bodies moving low and fast across the snow. They do not speak. They do not cry out. They simply rush toward the fires, toward the shapes huddled around the flames. You watch as the first Noman reaches the fire and drives his club into an animal skin with all his might. It collapses, empty. He freezes, confused. Karn's war cry echoes on the mountains. You pour out from the rocks and trees, both tribes together, spears flashing in the firelight. The Noman turn, startled, but it is too late. You are among them before they can react. The battle is chaos. Bodies collide in the flickering light. You thrust your spear at a shape and feel it strike flesh. Something swings at your head, and you duck just in time before driving your spear through the body. Blood steams in the cold air. Tiger moves through the fight like a ghost, weaving in and out of sight. He kills one, then another, each strike precise and lethal. Karn's warriors fight beside him, their movements brutal and efficient. The Noman begin to fall back. They are strong, but they are outnumbered now, caught between two tribes who have nothing left to lose. Some break and run. Spears are launched into the air and find their targets as they vanish into darkness. Thud, thud, thud. You launch your spear at a large Noman. That is the end of your bloodline. You exhale. Then you hear Esha yelling your name. You turn and see him on the ground, a Noman standing over him. The creature raises its club. Tiger is too far away. Karn is fighting two others. There's no one close enough. You run, but you are too far away. The club falls. You grab a stone as you sprint toward the Noman, brutally swinging the rock at his skull until he's motionless, but it does not matter. Esha lies still in the snow, his cloak of shells and stones splayed around him like broken wings. The battle ends. The Noman are dead. But there is no celebration, no cries of victory. Your people gather around Esha in silence. Boa kneels beside his father, his face carved from stone. He does not weep. He does not speak. He simply takes the old man's hand and holds it as the light fades from his eyes. He saved us, Karn says quietly, standing nearby. His plan, his wisdom. We would all be dead without him. Boa nods, but says nothing. After a long moment, he rises and lifts his father's body in his arms. He carries him toward the fire, away from the dead Noman, and lays him down gently. The flames begin to engulf Isha's body. The tribe gathers close. Karn's people join them, standing in silence. The fire flares ambers into the dark sky, as if Esha is joining the others. Boa looks up at the torchlights. Follow the birds. Boa places his hand on your shoulder. We will make it to warmer lands. He departs the circle to be alone. The fire crackles. The wind moans across the plain. Around you, everyone settles on the floor around the fires, too exhausted for any more grief. You can hear the tribesmen sharing battle stories. You can't keep your eyes open, and before you know it, you're drifting away. You wake to find most of the tribe gathered around Boa. He stands where his father's body burned, the ashes still warm beneath his feet. In his hands, he holds Esha's cloak, the shells and stones catching the morning light. Karn steps forward. Among my people, when a shaman dies, His eldest child takes the cloak. Is it not the same with yours? Boa looks down at the cloak. He is 30 winters old, no longer young, but not yet old. He was raised to lead, not to speak with spirits. But his father is gone, and the tribe needs guidance. He pulls the cloak over his shoulders. The shells click softly as they settle. It fits him well. He raises his voice. I am not my father, but I will do what I can. Your shaman spoke of warmer lands, Karn says, standing across from Boa as both tribes gather close. He was not wrong. The legends are true. Somewhere, at some time, there was a place where rivers never freeze, where ground is soft and green. A murmur passes through your people. Green ground. It sounds like a dream. But there is a reason we stayed in these cold mountains, Karn continues. His voice grows heavy. To reach the warmer lands, you must pass through dire wolf territory. The murmur dies. You have heard of dire wolves. They hunt in large packs, with jaws that can crush bone, and they fear nothing. Generations ago, my ancestors tried to cross, Karn says. The wolves nearly wiped them out. The survivors fled back to the cold, where the wolves do not follow. We have stayed ever since, he pauses. But the cold is reaching us too. The fish in our rivers grow fewer. Soon, we will have no choice. Boa listens in silence. When Karn finishes, he looks around at both tribes, at the faces watching him, waiting. Is there a way around? Someone asks. Karn shakes his head. The distance is too great. If there was a way around, we would have found it. Boa stands. The cloak shifts on his shoulders, the shells catching light. Then we go through, together. He looks at Karn. 2 tribes are stronger than one. We share food. We share knowledge. We share tools. And when the wolves come, we fight as one. The 2 leaders stand facing each other. Then Karn extends his hand, and Boa clasps it. Together, Karn says. The tribesmen search the dead Noman, taking anything of use for the journey ahead. You, Anza, and Tiger are busy looking for sturdier spears with sharper flints. You spot one with fur grips, and manage to wrestle it from under a heavy Noman who was lying face down in the snow. The tribes begin to set off. Tools and supplies are wrapped. Children are lifted. The 2 groups merge into one long line, winding up into the mountains toward the pass. You walk beside Anza, both of you holding new spears, sturdier than before. Tiger walks further ahead, speaking quietly with one of Karn's hunters, comparing spear techniques. Boa leads at the front, Esh's cloak bright against the snow. He does not look back. The mountains rise ahead, and somewhere beyond them, the wolves are waiting. As time passes, you realize the air isn't biting as hard. Your breath still fogs, but the cold no longer reaches into your bones the way it did on the plain. The snow is crisp. Patches of rocks show through with moss that you have not seen for as long as you can remember. The tribe stops and stares. Some kneel and touch it, as if they cannot believe it is real. The women gasp and laugh. A child runs forward to touch it. It is like summer, Anza says, like summer back home. For the first time since leaving the cave, No one speaks of going back. The excitement is real now. It's not as cold here, but the men do not forget what waits ahead. As the tribe moves on, eyes scan the tree line, the ridges, the shadows between rocks. Dire wolf territory. Every rustle could mean death. By late afternoon, you find it. A valley tucked into a mountain crevice. One way in, one way out. The walls rise steeply on either side, too sheer for wolves to climb. A narrow entrance that two men with spears could hold against a pack. Here, Boa says, we rest here tonight. Camp is made quickly. Fires are built. The tribe settles in, grateful for shelter from the wind. For the first time in days, people talk, laugh, and children play. The men feel more at ease with stone at their back. As night falls, you take first watch at the valley entrance. Your spear is planted firmly in the ground beside you, ready to meet the heart of a dire wolf. The fire behind you casts a faint glow, but beyond the entrance, there's only darkness. Then you hear it. A howl, long and mournful, somewhere in the distance. The camp goes silent. The laughter stops. Children are pulled close to their mothers. The men reach for their weapons. Another howl answers the first. Closer this time. Then another. And another. The wolves know we are here, Tiger says, as he walks up to the entrance and stands beside you. But I wouldn't worry. Wolves don't like tigers. He smirks. You grip your spear and stare into the black. Your eyes grow heavy, but you force them open. You cannot sleep. Not tonight. Behind you, most of the tribe lies awake too, listening to the howls echo off the valley walls. Boa's snoring fills the camp. He must feel quite at ease with you, and Tiger stood bravely at the entrance. The night stretches on, long and tense. The howls come and go, sometimes distant, sometimes close enough to make your heart stop. But nothing comes through the entrance. Not yet. Dawn comes, and the howling has stopped. The silence is almost worse. You lean against the cold stone, your spear still ready, your eyes still searching for movement. Behind you, the fire has burned low. The breathing of the tribe is shallow and restless. You have not slept, but you are alive. The tribe is alive. For now, that is enough. It's raining. It patters against the rocks, drips from the valley walls, soaks into your furs. You have not felt rain in a long time. In the mountains, water fell as snow. Here it falls wet and cold, finding every gap in your clothing. The tribe rises slowly, stiff and exhausted. Everyone is reminded of what waits out there. There is little talk as you pack up camp. People move with their heads down, their eyes hollow. Even Anza, who always has something to say, walks in silence beside you. The path leads downward, winding through rocky slopes that slowly give way to something new. Trees, not the sparse, twisted pines of the mountains, but tall trees with thick trunks and spreading branches. A forest, stretching ahead as far as you can see. The air is different here, rich with smells you do not recognize. Wet earth, rotting leaves, something sweet, like the herbs Esha used to burn. The snow is dispersing, clinging to shadows where the sun cannot reach. You pass a bush covered in small red berries. A child reaches for them, but her mother pulls her back. No one knows what is safe to eat here. Everything is strange, but we still have further to go. The tribe moves deeper into the forest, following a narrow path between the trees. Only mammoths could have forged this, Anza says, trying to retain his excitement. The canopy closes overhead, blocking the gray sky, turning the world into a maze of trunks and shadows. The rain still falls, but softer now, filtered through 1,000 leaves. Thank the spirits for shelter, Boa says with great relief. After some time, you see large white tent-like structures on the path. They're bones, massive bones, longer than a man is tall. Curved tusks, cracked and yellowed. Skulls the size of boulders. You count 5, maybe 6 skeletons, tangled as if they fell close together. Mammoths. A whole herd of them. Dead. The tribe stops, staring. You think of the injured mammoth you killed early on in your journey. Was this the herd it belonged to? Did they come this way, following the same path, seeking warmer lands? And if so, why did they die? You do not have to wonder long. A howl rises from somewhere deep in the forest. It echoes through the trees, bouncing off trunks, impossible to place. Then another howl answers, and another, and another. Men to the front. Boa's voice cuts through the panic. Women and children to the back. Weapons ready. The tribe moves quickly. You plant your spear in the soft earth, angling it outward into the undergrowth. Around you, the other men do the same, a row of sharpened points, waiting. Tiger stands at the front of the line, perfectly still, listening. His spear is raised, his eyes scanning the shadows between the trees. He does not look afraid. He looks ready. Boa stands nearby, with Esha's cloak hanging wet on his shoulders. To your surprise, he chuckles. What is it? Anza asks, bewildered. Boa raises his voice. If you dire wolves knew Tiger was here, you'd turn back. Laughter ripples through the men, but they stop abruptly. A storm of rustling in the tall and dense undergrowth is heading toward them. The wolves leap out from amongst the trees, teeth and claws exploding out of the shadows, eyes wild with hunger. You can see their ribs through their fur, their legs thin and desperate. These are not the sleek predators of legend. These are starving wolves, willing to die for a meal. The first wolf hits the line and impales itself on a spear. It squeals, high and sharp, before collapsing. Another leaps over its body and meets a second spear. Then another, and another. Tiger does not wait for the wolves to come to him. He steps forward, meets them in the air, drives his spear through one throat, pulls it free, and catches another in the chest. A wolf lunges at Anza, and Tiger throws his spear, knocking it out of the air. He leaps and rolls to grab it quickly, before meeting another wolf in the tall bracken. The wolves keep coming. 20, 30, more than you can count. They throw themselves at the line with desperate fury, snapping and clawing, and for every one that falls, another takes its place. A wolf breaks through on your left. You swing your spear and catch it in the side, but it twists and lunges, jaws closing on your arm. Pain explodes through you whilst you drive the spear tip into its skull. Its jaw goes limp, and it drops to the ground. Your arm throbs and bleeds, attracting an unfair amount of wolves, but you keep fighting, because there is no other choice. Some of your men have fallen around you, pulled down by the wolves, and others step forward to take their place. And then, as suddenly as it began, it stops. The struggle comes to a halt. The occasional whimper from a wolf being put out of its misery, followed by groans of the wounded and the ragged breathing of the living. You stand in a circle of dead wolves, your spear dripping, your arm pulsing in pain. Tiger is sitting still, staring into the forest, in case one more is out there, covered in blood that is not his own, his chest heaving. Anza is on the floor, crawling out from under a dead wolf. Around you, the survivors look at each other in relief. You won. Somehow, impossibly, you won. Boa moves through the aftermath, checking on the wounded, counting the dead. His face is grim, and he knows he must break the silence. We have lost people, great people, from both tribes. We have fought, died, and bled together. Our tribes are now brothers, and we have gained something else. Wolf pelts, wolf meat, enough to feed everyone for days. But first, we bury our kin. We do not leave them for scavengers, Boa says gleefully. The women begin to harvest the wolf skins and meat, whilst the men dig graves for the fallen. Belongings, weapons, and carvings are thrown into the graves as gifts for the spirit realm. The women and children mourn for fathers, brothers, and husbands. The men are thankful to live another day. You press on, deeper into the forest, away from the killing ground. Hours pass. The rain stops. The trees thin. And you realize something. The snow is gone. Not just patches here and there, but gone entirely. The ground is brown and green, covered in grass and moss. The air is warmer, like summer used to be back home. You can hear birds singing in the branches. Not migrating birds, but birds that live here, that never need to leave. Anza pats you on the back. We made it. You were right. We actually made it. Boa stops at the edge of the forest, his father's cloak bright in the fading light. He's looking out at the land beyond. Rolling hills, green and soft. A river winding through the valley, wide and full. No snow, no ice, no cold creeping into your bones. He turns to face both tribes. We have enough wolf pelts to keep us warm, enough meat for a feast, and we have left the snow behind us. The dire wolves will be too few to bother us now. It is safe to rest. A great relief passes through the crowd. People embrace, weeping, laughing, holding each other as if they cannot believe they are still alive. We still have further to go, but we are here. We found the warmer lands. You stumble back into the large trunk of a tree and slide down into its crevice. You can hear the wind brushing the leaves and the low murmuring of your tribesmen, discussing what might lie beyond the hills. With one big sigh of relief, you drift away. Well done on making it this far, adventurer. Let me know your favorite character in the comments, and make sure to subscribe and get the bell on for the next whispered story.